Ask him about the court case. But I see that you mean chat with some really dumb shit, bro. Bro. I've heard about the story. Don't bother. Don't bother. Don't enjoy it. Let's read some of these comments. I can't with edge correction. My bad. Ask him. You don't need her. It will get better. Don't worry. What have I learned? I learned that you know what? Here's some wisdom for you. You know what? Here's some wisdom for you. Sometimes with people, even when you're convinced they're all bad, there is a flip side. There is better. There is. You just gotta be willing to believe, though. You gotta get your walls down sometimes. Even if you get fucked over a bunch of times, you still have to try. I think it makes you the good one to always try, even if you get rolled all the time. I used to think negatively of that. I thought I don't want to be the one to lose, but you have to be the one willing to lose to be the one to win something. Rarely you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you're gonna get something or win something if you weren't in a position to lose anything. And that's something that I learned. Bro, what is on the price tag, bro? Why are you unloading on me, brother? Bro, are you asking me or asking yourself? I don't know what you guys are saying. How's it feel to beat life by having so much money? You can buy the problems away. You don't win in life though. It's not really how that works. Your life is just a day at a time. Like your reality is your daily life. Whatever you do the next day that's what you're doing. If you didn't win in a day, you're losing. No matter how high you are on the mountain scale, no matter how high you will seem to be, like if on that current day you didn't climb anything, you didn't go anywhere, you lost. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. Maybe you expected sometimes that, oh, maybe you think you're gonna make it somewhere and you're gonna be at the fucking top, and you got all and you won. It's not like that. That's how I feel about it. That's my mindset then. Okay, what else? There are checkpoints, I think, but you can still lose every time. I put through all the bullshit to get thrown your way. I think sometimes when there's a lot of bullshit thrown your way, you kind of have to remind yourself like what matters the most, you know? I feel like, for me, winning mattered a lot. You know? A lot of times, like, I just had to win. I just had to. No other choice. You look around and it's like, everybody's just doing all that, you know? And it's like the biggest like kind of hit at them. You know they're gonna self-reflect if you win. That's right, winning. Just trust me, they see it. They might act indifferent, or they might act like they didn't see it, and they might act like, oh, nah, I'm the mountain, whatever. Trust me, they know. They see it. But win for yourself, but they see it. I like that. I like that a lot of people that every time that in the past that I was like, you know what, dude? These people are past this. They never saw it, dude. I've been reminded time and time again that they see it, dude. They see it. It's not full advice. It's just that you would win for yourself, but I think that's see, these are my goals though. Like you can't really. I don't think you can kinda. I think it's important to have your own things, you know. Not my things. I'm giving advice from my things. For me, like I'm telling you, winning was important for me. And I did that. But maybe for you, it's other things. Living for others' opinion, no thanks. That's not what I said. Is it? I said I win. I want to win. That's my goal. And I win for. I want second. I want to win for me. And I said it's like a bonus motivation. They see it. You know. It's like an extra. It gives you like a booster. Like I'm already 100%, but if they see it and I know they see it, I give you like a 10%, like a little booster. And that's fair enough. I don't give a fuck for saying that. That's perfectly fine. You know, sometimes it's okay to find motivation in dumb shit. It is perfectly fine. If something motivates you and it's the stupidest, most irrational thought, right? It still motivates you to do something better than doing nothing and be motivated to do and going the other direction, or to give up. Whether it's some delusion that somebody's gonna notice you, or somebody's gonna love you, or somebody's gonna remember you, or somebody's gonna give you a chance. I think it is definitely okay to have these little motivators because you don't find that very often. So if you see one, might as well just get it. Otherwise, what else? What if W is hollow? Pointless if you're alone. You can't tell anybody, it doesn't matter. I felt that for a long time, yeah. That's tough, I think, yeah. You have nobody to tell your W to. I feel like, even though I felt lonely, I think going on my own entirely made me feel less lonely. And I felt much better sharing nothing with anybody than sharing things with people that didn't care. That's how I recovered from that mentality. I think going the other direction actually helped. Making things worse on purpose, or seemingly worse, made things better. I took the high road? What does it mean I took the high road? You definitely took the hard road, or the hard road. Sometimes. Sometimes the road looks hard by design, though. It's just the common route, it's like the recognizable route. If you always do something, it's not on repeat, I think. If you always do something a certain way, I'd rather have that, even though it's harder, than something different. That's what we have in depressing songs. I got this mix, I think. Oh, this one's really depressing.
Fuck you, chat Fiddy.
I'm not saying making it harder on purpose. It's more like when things are uncertain, I need some level of certainty in on some aspects, not all of them. I think it's okay to be uncomfortable sometimes, but I think just this one like little spot that I recognize, and I know it's a little bit harder than other paths, but I'm used to it. I know that I'll know where I'm going. Even though it might be a little bit rocky, I know the path. I think that's better sometimes than some other path that you take uncertain. I think even in full uncertainty, stuff needs some building blocks that are solid. And that's important. Some sort of grip. Otherwise, you lose your mind. It's too crazy. Well, for me, yeah, here's a good one. Might sound like nothing, but it is a big deal. I've always wanted to start the stream with no intro. Just start the stream and just talk to chat and watch videos and shit like that. Whatever that is, right? For a lot of people, they have the satisfaction and the kind of the mental kind of relaxation of start a stream on an intro screen, and for like 15-20 minutes they do nothing, and they kind of like warm themselves up or whatever. And you might think that's a good thing, right? But often enough, even when I was like kind of going through shit or doing whatever, I didn't want to have that cushion of like certainty that I'll be able to calm down for like 20 minutes. I'll be like, okay, I can think about this and I thought it was easier for me to just go straight into it, like on cold. And that might look like the harder route, right? I know how that feels like, and I know what that's like. I just know that process, so I can't not do that. I have to do it. Make sense? You feel that or not? It's a small thing. That's why I'm telling you, like it's a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So whatever happens, I know that's how it's gonna start. That's one of the strong blocks. My different streamers cheat on me and I want to move on. How? Oh yeah, that's tough, man. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like somebody did something wrong, they know it's wrong. Even though they might not make you feel like it's wrong, they know. They feel that. Do your thing. That's important. You know? Do your thing. Find whatever thing that is. Here's some useless advice. Any other questions for useless advice? I reach 3 million followers on TikTok and I feel really empty. Like people like me, but no one loves me. Eventually, well, I mean that's not really your fault. That's just TikTok. TikTok, nobody loves anybody. They just click and they pretend like they like and they pretend to love when it's time to shit on people. They don't really give a fuck. Sorry, bro. TikTok is a very service level platform with low interaction depth. Are you a better version of yourself? Sometimes. I think sometimes it's fine to be the worst version of yourself for a little bit, as long as you know it. You don't get lost. I think it's okay to do bad and do dog shit sometimes, but you have to know you're doing it. Otherwise, you get lost. I've been in a 2-year relationship and not sure if I'm happy. What should I do? I think you should try new things with that person. I think you should stop the routine. A lot of people get stuck in the habit. A lot of people get stuck in the habit of like, oh, we're together because we're together, and you kind of accept that as like your baseline. I think you give yourself like a reminder of like why this person, why her. Why did it work before with this person? What happened? Or were you probably doing new things and things felt normal or new and fun, and then it stopped happening? Try to find that again. I can give relationship advice. I think I'm pretty good in relationships. She went sideways, but shit, I think I'm pretty solid. That error does not count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. The people that got into my life knew the parameters. Everybody that entered my life knew every single parameter. I was deliberate about it. I told them exactly how it is, how it was gonna be, and for how long that was gonna be. I was always extremely deliberate. Everybody. Not just one person. I didn't bike anywhere, Buster. There's no biking. What else you want to know? Would you accept an X if you got a rebound? I think you have to. I think you can answer your own question. Would you take yourself if the sideways were flipped? How much I pay in lawyer fees? Not much. Not a lot. Under 100K. How do you feel after the dust settled from a long-term relationship, especially with how it ended? Nothing. I generally, I've said this before, I don't feel much. I don't feel much about it. There's something with me, I don't know if something is broken or something is good or bad. The general scope of it, it's like I'm incapable of like holding like a long-term grudge in a way that affects me. Yeah, I might hold a grudge against somebody and be like, yeah, this person's it fucked me over, right? But I don't let that grudge eat at me, ever. A lot of people hold grudges that eat at them. I can't do that. I'm literally unable to do that. I literally have the inability to do it. Like, I can be mad at somebody and it doesn't hurt me. Non-bar, I don't feel anything. I think I see everything as I'm very fortunate in most facets of my life. I'm very fortunate and very lucky in almost every way. Right? So like when that counts to me a lot. It's been important to me. Because when things go bad, I see, okay, it was an experience. Yeah, I almost lost this, or I almost got fucked over. I almost got, okay, cool, but I didn't. Here's what we learned. Here's what we did. Here's what we lived. Pack it up. Boom. Shit, it is what it is. Can't get mad. It's an experience. I said this last time. I sounded psychotic when I said it. And I'm gonna say how it is. I fucking love going to court. I don't care. I thought it was exciting. I was always excited to go. I thought it was cool. It was a learning experience. I saw a lot of people, situations. I lived a lot of things and saw things and understood and learned things that a lot of people don't get the opportunity to learn, maybe for good reasons. I thought it was pretty pog. I kept, and my lawyer had like an assistant. It's this girl, and she was like really nice, and I asked her like a billion questions, and she answered all of them. And I was able to learn about the process of how it works, why it works like that, what kind of strategy. I was able to learn about everything. It's like I was at school as an intern in like a high tier case, but it was my own. What the fuck do I care that it's my own? Still fun. Yeah, I said it was a waste of human life. The whole process of it is. That's why I said I enjoy going to courts. I always enjoy my time, even when it's shitty. Even shitty situations, something you're gonna learn about me, okay, brother? I always enjoy my time regardless. I'm good company. I don't give a fuck. I'm good company to myself, and I enjoy doing whatever I'm doing. Anything happens, I enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, you have hella money. Well, I was like that when I was really young too. It's just kind of a thing that if something is gonna suck, why make it suck more? There's no point. You'll always lose. I feel like if you have that mindset, you always lose, and even when you win, there's a chance you still fucking lose. There's still a chance, even when you're winning, you're actually losing. For most people. For most people. I can go to the Austin house, yeah, I can go when I want. Scared of the aftermath if I lost? You know what, dude? You know, dude? Here's one of my building blocks. Here's one of my building blocks of philosophy that I have. I always say this, it's gonna cringe. Something I saw in the movie. I would say, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And that's so important. Yeah, you can predict and play around and kind of anticipate, shit like that. Right? But if you keep dreading something over and over again, that's in the future, and it never happens, you lose. If it happens, you lose. If it doesn't happen, you still lose. Because you were kind of dreading it the whole time. But, my mindset is always to cross the bridge when we get there. So I didn't fear like what would happen if I lost. Oh my god. If I lost, it means that I was wrong. And I didn't say the truth, or I lived in a lie, and so be it. What the fuck would I care? If I was wrong, I was wrong. Kind of how it goes, no? What better way to learn than a big financial drawback from something? Okay. Are you surprised anybody switched up? Yeah. I don't really care that much, but yeah, people did switch up though, 100%. I don't water my plants, is what it is. That's an odd question. I don't even have a will. I was drafting my will way back when, but not anymore. I was drafting at the time. This is cringe, I'm out. Good night, chat. Good night, man. I mean, I'm at the computer. I already ended the stream. I already had the ending screen. It's just people that want to stay here. If you're gonna get mad that this is cringe, I mean, brother. Holy fuck, don't come back. Fuck. Is there such thing as losing? I think a lot of it's about mindset. I think you could be losing your entire life on paper and be always winning. I've made a career out of losing properly. It's kind of like skateboarding. A lot of people fall, but they learn how to fall properly and they never get hurt. They make a skill and almost like a career out of falling properly. Just fall into the right places. Fall forward, I mean, you're still doing distance, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the documents are gonna leak anyway. The public documents for the court case and shit like that. A bunch of people testified against me. Yeah. I didn't need anybody. I didn't call anybody up. It was just me and. But it was just me. It was just me against everybody else. Well, I don't need anybody. The truth was on my side exactly, so what does it matter? I don't want to do like witch hunts. Not gonna bother. Just like the maids. The maids testified against me, yeah. That was a bummer. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. They were lying, so fuck do I care? Prove it. I think I said this before. It was really sad because if they got up there and said the truth, it would have been cool, right? Because hey, I hired them. They were around us for a long time. If you want to go up there and say the truth, that's cool by me. If you see something happen, you're allowed to say what that is. I'm never gonna hold that against anybody. That's perfectly okay by me. There's no problem with that. I don't expect somebody that I pay to hide something for any reason ever. I don't expect that out of anybody. But seeing them go up there and say things that were allegedly untrue just felt so odd to me. When you lie, if you're in court, it would be called perjury. But the same way that if you can't prove somebody said something at a certain time, you can't prove it for beyond shadow of the doubt, or to prove 150% or whatever, right? Well, I mean, it's just hearsay at that point, right? And at the same time, so is the same thing as saying, well, I didn't say that. It goes both ways. If you can't prove that somebody said something, you can't prove that they didn't say it either. think it's kind of how that works. Oh no, yeah, hearsay is, oh, they said this, or they said that. The claim was that, I'm pretty sure it's in a transcript, is it out? Is the transcript not out yet? I'm pretty sure it's out there, no? The maids basically said that, that I referred, to her as Esposa, which Esposa means, I learned that right there in court, that Esposa means spouse. And I was like, well, one, I don't speak Spanish. I don't understand Spanish. I never interacted with them in Spanish. Why would I refer to somebody else as spouse in Spanish and they would have heard that? It doesn't make any logical sense in any realm that is real. It's the stupidest thing I've heard in my entire life. And hearing that in court was like, somebody pinched me. I don't think this is real life. I don't even understand why they did that. So I think like seeing them go up there and shit like that and be prepared and like be kind of like equipped and saying the right things and whatnot and be up there and me sitting there, it was just kind of crazy. I'm not used to that. I don't think anybody can prepare you for this. Okay, I wasn't ready to sit somewhere and see a grown adult lie like that in a scenario that is that serious. I didn't know how it would feel to see it or live that, but I don't think anybody can prepare you for that. I know it sounds like a not a big deal to just like this very fact, but it is a big deal to like kind of. That's just weird. I could have called 300. I made a list for fun of, let's say I went to trial. I had like a witness list, possible list, and it was above 100 people. It was it was more than 100 that I could just called out, and hopefully they would have said the truth. People that testified against me? Let me think. Five? Like, total, I think. Oh, what clips they bring up? Of course, they brought the clip up where I went live on the phone, which was a complete mistake and an accident. And even on a day, even if it wasn't an accident, it wouldn't matter. Because what I did wasn't wrong. It's just not. It doesn't matter. It is my house. What else? Because I don't want to do like witch hunts about like the people who did what and whatnot. I'm not like that. I'm not gonna do like witch hunts, like, oh, who did what and whatever. I mean, I think that things panning out the way they did is good enough of a diss, is good enough of other thing. Why did I think Emmy? Oh, Emmy is the like assistant lawyer girl. It's not the Emmy that you know of. They played other clips too. I don't mind saying it. It's fine. I mean, it's in evidence. Whatever. There's other clips in there. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? I can't think of any of them they were all irrelevant. I don't think none of them had any impact on anything. The only clip played that was major was an extract of a clip of about 40 seconds. But the 40 seconds was taken out of a 20-minute video. And then instead of arguing against the clip, we just played the video. And it did the absolute destruction of what it was made to look like. That was really odd. Well, it was nice though to see like the judge analyze context for once out of other people or other parties out there, be given like a fair chance, like an actual computing person that looks at stuff and does stuff. Somebody who's not a robot. I'm not speaking in codes. I'm just saying there was a clip that there's a clip where I'm like told to get out, and it looks like, oh, what is this about, whatever, right? And it looks kind of odd, whatever, right? And when you look at the entire video, like, I respectfully accept to move or to get out, and I go away. And it's like, well, the person asked him to get out, and he got out. What is there's no problem with it. Like, there's no, if you cut the clip in like 30 seconds out of 20 minutes, sure, I mean, it might look like that, but if you look at the whole video, it's not like that. So it ended up being good. Ask to leave, leaves. How long was court per day? Depends. Court was like 3 hours, lunch break, 2 hours. Something like that, most of the time. Something I didn't know. This is something that watching a lot of courts of online, I would never know. Because online, all you see are the severe cases, the big, insane cases that go public. You know, like the crazy celebrity ones, right? The way that they proceed is super strict and very much ABC, right? But in a court like that, it's a little bit freestyle. Since the cases are not as big and whatever, things go kind of a little bit freestyle. Like, one time we went, it was lunchtime, and we could just submit evidence if we wanted to, straight up, boom, and it wouldn't go through like it wouldn't have to go through like I don't know how it works, but maybe like discovery or some shit, or like I don't know how it worked, but yeah, it didn't have to go through like, a bunch of processes and have to be validated. It would just kind of show up, and if we have something, we could just put it right there, boom, and it would go up. I didn't know that things work like that. I had no idea. The cars will be fine. Other streamers that testify against me, yeah. Just friends, I guess. Not one of mine. The fuck? I think explaining stuff to the judge might have been hard, but I think she understood how it works. I had the feeling that she understood how it goes. I think that that the plaintiff were trying to deliberately make things look a certain way, and they tried to do this whole like when I'm on stream, it's a character. It's not me as a person. It's a complete character, and it's its own fabrication type deal. And I'm like, okay. I guess if you were if you didn't get how that works and how come. If you work on a surface level about it, I could see how you could think that. But if you really think about it, it's not like that. Because if you do talk and say things that apply to real life and only you, and it's a correlation of 1-to-1, then I mean, you can't really say hyper on a character. That's like if I said like I'm the vampire. Yo, and last time I drank 3 liters of blood. If I'm not a vampire, I didn't drink blood and none of that. I mean, yeah, that's a character, I guess, in that case, but does that make sense or not? I'm not speaking riddles. I was never asked to repeat myself that much. I don't remember exactly like the word for word. But something that was funny though. Something that was funny. Here's a small story. It's all in the transcript, I'm sure. Well, then I was asked, like, it's very odd. Like, the introduction question was like, oh, you're like, I think it was something like, you're not a lawyer, you don't know much about law or something like that. I'm like, no. And then I'm asked a super complex law question full of law lingo. I'm like, brother, just ask me if I was a lawyer, and then you just ask me a lawyer to lawyer question. How would I know? It makes no sense. I didn't know what to say. I didn't even know what to say. Well, I don't know. Like, Yeah, there was funny moments for sure, yeah. There's always funny stuff, huh? I don't know. Well, one day I'll tell you all about it, I'm sure. Yeah, I wanted to stream it. Of course I wanted to stream it. Of course I asked everybody if I could stream it. I mean, I asked multiple times, a bunch of parties if I could stream it. But I think there comes when there's like a public aspect to something like that. Not everybody wants to deal with that. So I think that's why they declined, which is fine. Well, I mean, it's content, right? Shit. If I'm gonna fucking... If I'm gonna take a flight somewhere and do all this fucking charade and whatnot, okay, and have to hire some people and whatnot, well, I mean... I can at least we can have some content out of it, please? I mean, I'm putting all this together, bro. Can we get some content here, brother? I mean, no content in these, it is what it is. What can I say? What can I say? No content, dude. Yes, no, defamation doesn't work like that. That's crazy. It's not. I learned that. No, defamation doesn't work. Doesn't. If you make a legal claim against somebody, as long as it's an illegal filing, and you're serious about it, it's not defamation. If you make a statement against somebody that's untrue publicly, yeah, you can be sued for defamation. But if you file a legal claim that has the exact same thing, but it's a legal filing, it's not defamation. I learned that. It's interesting. I didn't even know that. It's kind of a massive loophole. So if I go on the internet and say, xQc just stole my my controller, and it's not true, well, I'd sue myself. I'd be like, yo, dude, you can't say that. But if I file something, a public claim, through the courts and the police, and I say, yo, Felix on that night stole my controller, right? And they don't say anything publicly, even though the document hits the public and it's spread out and people talk about it and it's damaging, it doesn't matter. That's not defamation. You're allowed to make a claim. Yeah, it's kind of a bypass. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Even if it's found to be false, absolutely 100%, yeah. What else? Am I happy that I didn't stream it because it could have blown things out of proportion? Bro, I don't give a fuck blowing my private life out of proportion. My private life is a disaster anyway. I've said this a million times. People know most of the shit I do off stream. I don't conduct in myself in a way that like I'm scared of it. It'll be fucking blown up and go crazy mode, but I don't think it's just not, there's nothing wrong in it. I do not care. So if things blew up out of proportion, so be it. We were already there anyway. Let's be honest. Everything came out about me, a million stories, a million screenshots, a million things or whatever. I'm still here. It didn't affect anything. I don't even think I have a morality clause in my contract with anybody. So even if I wild out, nobody cares. Cancel me, bitch ass. Um. Or what about the ring thing? Oh shit. Wait, which one? It's 3 rings. One on my cock, and then one on... Okay, I don't know why I said that. That was a pretty gross mischaracterization slash twist of the truth slash all just disaster. I mean, I don't mind to twist a blade in the wound that much about this and be annoying with it, but that thing was just a complete like a complete fabrication. What to tell you. I mean, a ring, even though the ring is real, or that one is real, or but I'm not talking code. I mean, you have a ring, Doesn't mean that it's something or means something. If chat sends me a fucking ring pop, and I say, yo, dude, me and you are now fucking. I'm the king. You're my queen. That's not how that works. You don't fucking. You don't get to adjust the meaning for your own narrative after the fact because you want to. That's not how that works. The ring is real, and yeah, valuable. Yeah, but meaning is its meaning is subject. Yeah, to yeah. There you go. I'm not avoiding the word marriage. I mean, that word kind of scares me now. Well, you know what's crazy? Marriage has never been a thing in my thoughts, or it's just never ever been in my dialogue. The reason why it's not in my dialogue is that it's not in my thoughts, or was never in my goals. It was never out there, and you guys even know this too. I've said this to chat so many times. I never used that word. When I was looking for stuff, and I was like, really, dude? I mean, I had to look at it. I went through all my computers, all my data. I did a data dump of the fucking century, and I control searched every keyword that marriage is in the lexical field of, and there's nothing. I could not find a singular one. There's not one, not a singular instance. And it's not only just one word, all of them. That's crazy. Because you would expect somebody to like joke about that when if you talk about somebody for like, chat, if you talk about somebody for like 5 years plus, you expect even the top, even if it's about somebody else to show up, and you get to joke about something or to, but there's nothing. It was empty. Sanjay says that next time, prenup, thanks. Brother, you cannot prenup without getting married, brother. Why would you think about a prenup without a marriage? It's like wanting to buy car fuel that don't have a car. It's like buying a car without a license, to be honest. Do you genuinely think, that somebody like me, who spends all day inside, okay, amassing like quote unquote a lot of money, wouldn't even think of a prenup if I were to get married? Like, brother. That's insane. You need to have a cohabitation agreement. And why do you think things went sideways? The will was half of it. Does that not make sense now? It's simple. I was getting all my papers in order. I was getting all my shit in order. I was just making sure that everything was all. It's like if you have $10 and you have 2 backpacks. Okay, you're opening up your 2 papers. You count your money. You say, I have $10. I have 2 backpacks. So what are you doing? Okay, I did that. I was like, oh guys, I'm not doing anything wrong. I know I have $10 in 2 backpacks. I did this, right? And then she didn't agree. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not even being the dead horse here. I'm not even being weird about any of this. Am I? I mean, this is all like the truth and all normal shit. Alright, whatever. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I remember that clip, yeah, with TFU, whatever. I remember that. I mean, I could have played that clip if I wanted to, but I didn't have to. Oh, I remember that duo night with duo night with TFU. You guys remember that? See, that's a clip. That's a clip. Huh? Well, I mean that shows about the scope of things. I think the question was like, it was like what was it? It was like children or marriage, something like that. And I think I answered something like not marriage, that's for sure, or at least not without a prenup or some shit. I answered some shit like that. Yeah, that caused a little bit of a shitstorm. I'm not answering that big question. I see in chat. I'm saying chat. I'm not answering that. Can you go into detail about what you were accused of? Sure, no problem. I mean, wasn't that public? It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It was pretty terrible. I'm not even gonna go into the details of it because of how terrible it is. It's like no, there's no point going about it. I think people know the most. Let me chat. What's challenge screen fucking from Twitch, man? What the fuck is this? Hold up. Let me go to scene 2. Pick this up like this. I think I gotta pick this up like this. Where the fuck is it? Because I don't see it. Chat, what did I chat earlier? You guys remember? There you go. Does that work? I mean, I already talked about it, but I think at least twice. I already, yeah, I already talked about it last time. It's fine. I don't wanna say it again. It's just annoying. Okay, my content creators making videos about speculating my private life through court docs. That's fine. I mean, it's gonna happen anyway. I mean, shit. If something is public and it's like that, I mean, it's gonna happen regardless. What can you do about it? Right? I have nothing to hide. I've said this a million times. All I asked for or wanted was that people at least look at stuff and have their own conclusion. The only thing I care about is that people can say the worst thing about me, as long as people act at least in good faith, or at least do the due diligence of looking at stuff and not making anything conclusion. That's all I could ever ask for. And people did that, and I was very surprised, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought people would fucking clap my cheeks instantly as soon as they saw any bad thing about me, like celebrate that, oh, he did this bad thing that he was accused of, or whatever the fuck. And through time, I proved it wrong. I proved it wrong through every possible means that available. I proved it in testimony, in proof. My recollection is really good overall. I've always had a really good. It's not photographic memory. It's like I'm very visual with things. It's very easy for me to recollect what things, how they happened. I see in my head like if I see I remember exactly how things happened. I can see it in my head from memory. So explaining that is very easy for me. It's like second nature. So when I was asked and questioned about certain events, I went off on a tirade. I just said I must have spoken for like an hour and a half, and I never stopped talking. I just laid it all out. And yes, understand that, oh, dude, like, yeah, that's risky. You know, there's nothing risky about it. I know how things happened, exactly how it happened. I don't have to second guess myself. I don't have to trip. I'm not gonna trip. I just know. So I did that. I gave my recollection of how everything happened. I just laid it all out, laid it flat, and that's what happened. I never thought things would get that bad. The fuck? These are not things you can, I think, when things get that bad, I don't think you can predict that or like see it coming. There's no shot. How could you? No, you can't. It's too unhinged. Yeah, you can fall in love again for sure, man. The cup RP argument. What cup RP? I know what that means. I know what that is. I can't really speak about what the plaintiff's team motives were. Or like, I mean, probably money, but like what they wanted. I'm sure that it crossed their minds that with how busy I am all the time and how much I stream and how much I want to stream, how much I want to be at the computer. I mean, they probably thought I was gonna give up 100%. They definitely thought that I would want to go through the whole process of flying out, flying in, flying out, flying over and over and over again, and just not just settle. But that's just not. That was never gonna happen. Whoever had this idea is absolutely a bonehead. I would not have done it for a dollar. Sorry. I've said this publicly and I meant it. Okay? Yes, it was a little bit aggressive when I said it in private. But the direction was, the whole energy of it was that even if I was offered a way out for a dollar, I wouldn't do it. Because I am not going to go through all this and have something say a settlement has been reached behind closed doors and blah, 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 blah. We're not going to do that. If we're going to go on a race, we're going to finish it. For better or for worse. And that's what happened. I was told multiple times that was maybe stupid. I was told multiple times that but they respected my choice. And also I met with some guy, some billionaire guy. I met with some executive that lives in Malibu, and I was on a dinner. And the guy, I was already on that path of doing that sort of mentality. And then I was at a dinner next to the fucking ocean, and this guy telling me that he had a similar situation, and that's what he did. He said, "Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna fight it, and we're gonna do it all the way through." And it kind of reminded me that, okay, yeah, I'm successful and I made a lot of money, but somebody that has more, that did more, somebody that has way more money than I have, money than I'll ever have, right? Still did that, even though he was probably busy with like being a billionaire. And then I was like, okay, kind of reinforced my choice of not caving in. I thought it would send a message, I think. I just thought it would send a message. That, like, that's kind of not how I roll, you know? I think that was important for me. Get a reminder of that. Yeah, exactly. And I thought settling it, people would think it would breathe even an ounce of validity in the things that were said that were incorrect, into the claims that were made that were not true. It would leave people to speculate that it might have been a little bit true, even 1%. And I thought, well, I'm not gonna live in a world that's like 99% true. I'm not gonna put a price on living in a fucking world where we're like 98% here and the 2% is just fucking dust or some shit. It just felt so weird to me. And that just seems odd. What did you learn from yourself? You know, from all the year, I think, of kind of weirdness, like 11 months, I guess. How long has it been that thing lasted for? Like 11 months? I learned that I can do it. And I never got to put that to the test, whether I would be able to. When we got there, you know, like, when we get to the bridge, we'll cross it. We'll cross the bridge when we get there, right? Will I be able to cross it then? I knew I would be able to. Most certainly. At least I hope. But getting there and getting across was a big deal for me. Like, am I going to be able to stream and then the next day, like, get all my shit and then fly across the fucking country, right? Like, get my suit in order, like, get my things, like, all ready and ironed out and shit like that. Fucking make my way to a fucking courthouse of all fucking things. Doing that shit. And then coming back out. Packing my shit. Going back home. And start my stream again. And kind of just get out my life. I knew I could possibly do it. But it's only hypotheticals until it materializes itself, you know? And doing it was like a reminder. At least the first couple times, I was like, yeah, I'm alone, but I can do it by myself, and I'm not scared of that. So if anything happens now, and if anything comes in front of me, or any obstacle comes out, it's a proven thing. I can do it, and I will do it. That's all. Kind of gives you a little bit of certainty. Did my family support me? I try to keep things hidden from them. I don't want them to get mixed up or get worried. I don't want to share things and talk about things that puts more weight on them. I think life is hard enough on people. I don't want to add more to that by telling them that, like, things are shaky or uncertain, or they have to worry about somebody else. I think that's too much weight for no reason. If I can spare it. So I didn't really tell them about anything. They knew through the articles and stuff coming out about it, and they asked kind of questions here and there sometimes. But I tried to make him not communicate with the lawyers and shit like that, and try to tell him, like, not to talk to him. And I knew that if I would ask them to testify, I'm sure they would have, but I didn't really get that talk with them, because at the end of the day, it was my fight, it was my battle, and I wanted to take it alone. I thought, there's no other parts than me into this, and I don't want people to be part of this. It was my fight, and yeah. That was good. I think that was good, yeah. I mean, I don't want to make it complicated and shit, but at the same time, it's like, kind of feels good. Kind of feels good because that's my thing, you know? It's not like anybody else's thing or anybody else's impact or this or that, whatever. It's really my thing. And I try to have that sometimes. You know, when people talk about, like, overall streaming achievements, people stream music, they do collabs, and people in certain movies, they act with people that are very good out there and very strong and good actors. But sometimes you have to have a win that's just you. Even when you feel like, it would probably be way easier if I had this or this person or whatever, or it'd be probably even be better overall if I did with somebody else. It's cool to always get some stuff that's with a lot of people. But having your thing and your win, it's a good reminder, and I think it gives you a cushion that lasts for a little bit of time. Let's not act like it's not all of the stuff, just one or two things. This is a questionable take in this context. Not really. I mean, you can have the best lawyers in the world. If the truth is on your side, it's not on your side. It's gonna be an uphill battle. Like, the end of the day, it was still my fight. Anyway. There was no signs of like that. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. There was no signs of like going for money and like gold digging behavior or anything ever before. There was just none. Sorry, I'm not gonna hear it. I think it's one of the things that I blame myself for, though, is that as a love language, I didn't understand gifting. I didn't understand how much that could mean for somebody. Maybe because of the way that we did gifts, maybe in my family with like Christmas or birthdays or stuff like that. It's a very valid love language. Somebody wanting a gift isn't a problem. Somebody wanting a card, somebody wanting a thought or an object, it's really not a problem. It can make somebody feel really good, even if they're not materialistic, because it can be worth nothing. But one of her love languages was gifting or thoughts, and it didn't have to be big gifts. But one thing I blame myself for a lot for, and and it's a good thing that I blame myself for, because I was wrong about it. So I would never do anything like that. No gifts for Christmas or birthdays or anything. I gave nothing because I didn't give myself anything either. I didn't give to anybody because I didn't understand that as a language. It didn't connect with me, so I didn't understand how I could connect with somebody else. But yeah, it's bad. I just didn't get it. I think at times she didn't want big gifts that are worth a lot of money. Because now you guys will probably think, oh yeah, but you have a lot of money. If she wanted gifts, she's a gold digger. It wasn't like that. A card would mean a lot. And even then, I still failed. So that was bad. And I think I understood that too late. Yeah, I understood too late. That sucks. I think I'm better now. I don't blame myself much for the way that things panned out, but I can blame myself for my own shortcomings, regardless of the outcome. I think, oh, I said this a bunch of times, but people didn't get it at the time. I don't think people will ever get this. I acted in ways that were very irrational when you look at it, but for me it made sense. I'll just be deliberate about it. All the shit that I bought, that I got for myself, all the fucking cringe chains and shit, I don't even wear them anymore. I was told that I couldn't buy anything nice for myself because of whatever. And I had like leftover crypto that I got that I gotten, and I was like, okay, well here's that. And it was kind of like a way for me to fight against that, like out of spite, because I was upset. I was upset that even though I don't want to buy things and use my money, whatever I have that everybody wants so much out of me, everybody looks at something that I have a lot of, and I don't even look at it myself. but it's mine, and I quote unquote worked for it, and I felt like everybody was looking at it, and limiting it and wanting it and shit, and I was like, oh, that? Yeah, if you want to limit that and talk about this, yeah, here's how much I care about it, and just burn that, so that it would make a point, like that's how little I care about it, but doesn't mean that you get a part of it. I would rather burn it than you have it, if we're gonna act like that. And I think that meant a lot for me. Maybe it didn't really matter for other people, but that's what it meant for me. And that was important. Especially like not talking about money ever, and not making it a big deal at all, and just kind of paying the bills and doing whatever, right? Making it a thing so that everybody can be alleviated from the need for like security. I just thought like it just felt so disingenuous, you know? It's not paranoia, I don't think. It just felt so disingenuous that everybody would just care so much. Like, it just feels weird that to have something and everybody cares about it except for the one that owns it and got it. It's like you want to move on and not talk about it. It's like, dude, can we stop with that? That's kind of how it feels. And I understand the value of money and what it can buy and what it does and its power. And I'm not gonna say, oh guys, I'm just gonna go to zero, lol, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that. I'm not gonna be fucking out of touch and be like that. Okay? But money is also a symbol. And like accumulating it and stacking it and getting it, it can almost feel like its own, like a little game at that point. Does that make sense? So even though this is, let's say this is worth $1 million, for me, that $1 million is worth something completely different in its meaning. Because we got that. I understand this is worth money, and it is money. We got, let's say I got that. It feels like I got that, you know? Like, forget about the money, the actual amount itself, the symbol of it, like, look, I got that. And somebody else, like, let's say that was a part of it, or wants to young, or feel like entitled some of it. It's like, yo, I don't care what the amount is. Like, if it's not, it's not. Like, if it's no, it's no. You know, like, it's the symbol. You know, does that make sense? It's the symbolism of it's what it means. Like if I worked for a week, right? Let's say you worked for 2 years. Right now you're in college, let's say, right? You probably have college debt and shit. It's fucking annoying. And you finally get your job that you want after your internship. It's probably unpaid for, to be honest. And then you pay out your student debt, right? And after the total, you have $1 left. $1 $1. That's it. That's all you have left for that week's, for that year's paycheck or bonus, whatever. You come at a point, it's $1. And let's say somebody comes in and they're like, yo, give me $1, right? Absolutely fucking not, bitch ass. Absolutely not. You're not getting $1 because that dollar might just be one. But after all the expenses, all the hardship and the studying and paying the debt or whatever, I got to that $1. Holy fuck, I'm keeping that whole bitch ass. I am keeping the whole thing. One whole dollar, that's mine. Dude. See, that's the symbolism of money in a lower amount. That I think was a decent analogy, but maybe it's the wrong analogy. Maybe it was a good attempt at an analogy, but that's what the car was to me. So it's why I was so adamant about the car. People can say whatever they want. Money this, amount this, or whatever. Out of touch Andy coming at it again. I won't lose sleep over losing fucking $390,000. Right? But at the time, I would lose sleep on losing that car. Major difference. I don't give a fuck about the BMW. It's kind of complicated. It's kind of complicated. The symbol, the BMW was also a symbol, but the BMW was a symbol for something else. And I just thought that we were on the same page. No, not that chest stem. It's not like that. It's just like I'm not gonna run about that. Not speaking in code, is that the cars are kind of touchy. Guys, I don't want to speak in code. It's just the cars are touchy because I don't know what's gonna happen with them right now. I'm just gonna say fuck it. If this ends up costing me money, so be it. For the sake of the truth, okay. It was in my understanding, it was in my thing that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm saying it. The car was important to me because it was known, and it was when I got it, it was my car, and there was no doubt about it. I said it. We said it. Every time, always, never any questions about it. It is absolutely 100% my car, and it still is. Right? And I just thought, okay, yeah, I'll get another car, right? And I had hoped that whatever things go wrong or things get odd, it would have made me really happy. That whatever happens, not together, broken up, whatever, right? That she could have that for whatever it's worth. Because of the symbol that it meant for me. That's all. You understand or not? Not the McLaren, the BMW. Or the Tesla for that matter. Because again, like I said, see what I just said? I kind of cut myself right there. Coincidence, I kind of cut myself up. I said, or that. But the price in between the two is massive, the price cap difference. That's what symbol means to me. Is that whatever fucking amount that it's worth, the symbol is one thing. One worth a lot more than the other, but it's one thing. That's it. So if everything went well, like things didn't pan out the way they did, like things would have been really simple for me. Things would have been really simple. And that would have symbolized something for me, that, and I would have been happy with that. So making things complicated and making things mixed up and like, oh my god, I hated that. What I mean, put it in my position. It's so fucking annoying. Like if things ended smoothly and shit, when you buy a car, you need to understand it. When you buy a car and you're gonna sell it back, it's gonna, bro. If you get a car worth like $300,000, okay, like a supercar, and you're gonna sell it, even though you took it out of the garage and you parked it in front of the garage, the car already lost like $80,000. That's just how it is. Your 300K car is worth 220. All you did is buy it and park it 10 meters out front. You already lost $80,000. That's how it is. Sorry. If you're not a car person, you might not understand how that works, or a supercar, knower, whatever. I get it. Some cars are better than others in terms of how they retain value and market price value and shit, Porsches and shit like that, right? For a car like that, like let's say the BMW, I knew that, oh, let's say we had to fucking sell it and do this all of that. Bro, it's already worth like fucking 80k at that point. Okay? I think for what it's worth and for what kind of piece of life that it is, 80k, I would have been glad to do it. Are you kidding me? For that long of a journey, for something this meaningful, such a big block of life in somebody's lifetime, I would have been delighted to do it. But to make things complicated and make it all weird and fucking and now it's like, okay, now I guess we're going to war. Why? Didn't have to be like that. That's my dick. Let's see. What's up? What else? I don't think there's any closure for that. I think needing closure is just kind of dumb. I wanted that for the longest time. I think, yeah, I thought I wanted that, but gotta do it yourself. I don't think you need closure. I think you need to give yourself it. Trying to get it, you'll never really get there. I think a lot of people try to. I used to think that vengeance would give me closure, like when I was younger. That's like a really like that's like a boy's mentality, not like a man. You know? Doing good and moving past shit is like vengeance in its purest form. Because when you really think about things, think about life as a whole, right? When you're doing good, when you're happy, when you're winning, right? It disproves everything else. Because you're getting to the what you would assume to be, or at least what most people see as, is the goal of life. So if somebody wants to get with somebody else, or like start fucking other guys or whatever, if you have an ex or something like that, and they're like, yo, I'm doing this, and you think, oh man, shit, that hurts because they're doing that. It might hurt, but it shouldn't. You should still pat yourself on the back, because there's a good chance that that doesn't get him anywhere closer to the grand scheme of things goal of being happy. They might actually feel worse for it. They might be going backwards. It just looks like they're going forward, and you feel like you're alone for not going forward like they are. But being on your own and doing good, or doing okay, and not drowning and just staying above water is enough. That's still better. You're still still there. Even if you're maybe a little bit going back, it's kind of a slingshot, you'll go forward later, right? But I think that's why comparisons are terrible. Because you compare yourselves to people that you think you're getting somewhere or getting something, and you think that they have something. You make a lot of assumptions when you're comparing it, and most of the time you're wrong about almost all of it. And if you cared more about yourself, you'd probably make them all mauled and make yourself more happy. That's the island also. Here's some wisdom. I kept looking around sometimes, like, oh my god, nobody's on my side. Nobody's helping out. What the fuck? I thought if something bad like this happened, people would come out of the woodworks and help. And they would try to be there, guys. Where's everybody else? And I keep looking, and I realize that I'm not even there for myself. How can I expect other people to be there for me if I'm not there for myself? You know? I didn't really get that at first. So I did that. Be there for yourself, as in be in your own corner, you know? Be like the voice that you want to hear. Because sometimes, like, you can hear something a million times from everybody else, and it doesn't echo because you don't believe it to be real. Being your fighting your fight, being in your own corner, being your fighter. You can be there physically, and then you're not even fighting for yourself. Maybe it's not relatable to you because you haven't felt that before. But sometimes you're gonna let the waves wash over you, and sometimes you stand up and you fucking breathe again. Often enough, I thought I was drowning, and I thought everything is like crashing over me and so much water above it. I don't know what the fuck's going on, and I'm drowning and shit. And I forgot. I gotta at least fucking stand up and see if I can breathe from that position. That's why for the longest time, or for a long time anyway, staying above water, I was perfectly okay with that. Not losing everything and losing my marbles and not doing great things, doing okay things, doing things that are decent, or just staying above water is much better than anybody else would have done in my position. And I don't have to explain that or show that. I don't have to show it around and kind of show it off. There's something that matters to me and nobody else. I think if you reach a point where like you don't feel like you have to explain it to people and it's good enough for you, that's like really good. That's really good. It means that you're not looking elsewhere for validation. You don't need you don't need people to fill that gap. You're gonna fill it yourself, and whatever you get extra from other people is like a bonus if you care for it. Self-actualization. How badly I wanted to let it out, brother. I wanted to let it out so bad. I wanted to let it out, and I wanted to scream it, and I wanted to fucking break the rules and
streaming, Mr. XQC.
And be dumb about it. I wanted to do what I always do about everything in life, and just kind of be myself and just kind of do it. And I knew that for the first time in my life, I just couldn't do that, and that was like impossible to fucking deal with, to be honest, because I just couldn't be a dumbass like I always am. I had to do it right. And then going through the process, I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could do it. But then I did it right, and that felt really good. Bruh. When you posted that Iron Story saying, what is to myself? I don't remember. I was just fucked up. I get fucked up all the time. I wasn't with anybody that night. I was on my own. I had this mega fucking penthouse bullshit, and I was just on my own. In the shower. And I was really fucked up, and I can take care of myself all the time, but when I get fucked up the next day, like, or that night, like, I kinda need, like, to be taken care of sometimes. And I just felt like, oh no, it's gonna hit so hard tomorrow or later. Be on my own, like, I don't think I'll be able to handle it, you know? I was like, fuck. I hate that. Like, you know? Bro, somebody giving you a Gatorade and some fucking Tylenol or some shit, or whatever, feels much better than fucking crawling to the phone out of battery, plugging it in, and then fucking Uber Eatsing your shit, and then going to the fucking door and whatnot. The difference doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a fucking world of difference, okay? It's like, it's not even in the same realm. Okay? Crawling to the out of battery phone to go plug this bitch in, okay, when you're like on your last leg, to go fucking go in and out of consciousness, and clicking on the things on the Uber Eats, like water and Gatorade and shit, and having to go pick it up. That compared to like just somebody just doing that is like a massive difference. Yeah, I thought a lot of times to go to the hospital. I thought it'd be much better. You have no idea how many times I was so fucked up. I was like, I think it'd be better if I just fucking just call myself an ambulance or something like that, pass out, and just get an IV drip at the hospital. Go private, because I had a private people at the time. And just go, let's just get an IV drip instead. You know? And get a fucking sleepy time. Because I don't have the fucking strength of drink enough water and shit that's come back, you know? Shit, dude. Music is on autopilot, it's on auto. It's my idle place. It's idle when it's on its own. Anyone surprised how much support about it? There's no one. I mean, people were there for me as much as they could, I think, but sometimes I didn't allow people to be around either, though. Some things are like okay not to share. Some things are like okay to be to go through or process alone. Sometimes you don't like need other people's input or some shit. Some people definitely did fail me though. 'Cause I didn't ask for much. Some people, and sometimes I got like nothing, but that I don't feel bad about that much, or I don't have any ill feelings about that. It just made me realize I gotta just choose better. I just gotta choose better and not expect that people to not to be accepted from. No problem. Being disappointed at people doesn't mean that I have to be bitter with meeting next people and expect things to be the same with everybody else and make conclusions about the world because of one or two instances. I think I've always been grounded to a good level in the past years to treat things for what they are and not try to make a pattern out of the big picture, corrupt the whole thing. Some people are just shit. No problem. There's a lot of people. Also, I always have the reminder of what my goals and where the fuck I'm going. People forget this. That's why I always say like about winning or going and doing stuff. I always tell people I'm doing stuff. It might not look like a lot to you. It might just be a stream, or it might just be going live, or it might just do a project. I might just fucking do whatever, right? But something you need to understand is that like I'm still doing that, whatever that is, okay? And to me, it was very important that I keep doing that. That's my version of winning. So people think they win over me, or I got this, whatever. It doesn't really matter, because I keep doing my thing. I do my thing. I keep doing that. And as far as I'm concerned, that means I'm winning. You know? And a lot of people that I know that try to come after me and try to chase after me, I know for a fact that they don't have that for themselves, whatever that is. I know they don't have it. And then they try to make me feel bad for having my own thing. And they will try to project their own insecurity or failures onto me for not having that. And they see that I have that, and they know it. And I'm not gonna validate it for them. I'm not gonna fucking turn around and validate that for them. I can't do that, because now we're just two dumbasses that aren't going anywhere. We're both in the same pot. I can't do that. Not for anybody. And sometimes, actually, oftentimes, that applies to everybody. Not friends, relationships, acquaintances, old friends, family. Nobody gets that validation. You feel that? No, yeah, not a lot of people apologize for, like, I think the wrong shit that they did. But sometimes I don't need that sort of closure, or I don't like apologies. I don't like compliments. I don't like people saying thanks. Sometimes I don't give a fuck. Sometimes I don't care for people's apologies. Okay, their suffering is good enough apology, and I know they're suffering. Okay, I'm good on that. If they don't at least apologize for something stupid that they did, or some dumb fuck, or they went after me, and it eats away at them because they failed me, or they failed people, and they're dumb as fuck, they did some dumb shit, I know it eats at them, because they're the one wrong in that scenario, and it eats at them. And I'm not gonna help him to get out of that. You dug there, brother. Get yourself out of it. I think that's fair enough. And so I said I don't care for apologies. Like, apologies are usually hollow. You know? How often do you get an apology from somebody that did actual wrong and makes you feel like they're genuinely apologizing and you feel good about it? Dude, very rarely. Say it like never. You'll rarely get that. You need to have like very, very, very good friends, very good partners, very good people around you to do that. And even when you think you have really good people, only a few can do that. I think it's hard to do it. Maybe I'm projecting it, but I gotta be honest with you, I have problems doing it. I have to really, really step back, think, kind of slingshot it, kind of crank it, and then go for it, and make sure that it comes out properly, and then I feel like I did it right. Otherwise, it just feels like surface level dog shit. And if I wanted some surface level dog shit, I'd you know, go on and interact with any of the dumbasses out there and fuckers or clout chasing assholes. I'd give them that validation. At least I would know what I'm in for. They're pretty deliberate about it, you know? It's like getting a hooker. You don't get hookers because it's disgusting and usually illegal. But shit. It's a transaction with a price on it, as far as I've heard in the movies. At least you know what you're paying for, you know? Shit. That was actually like an actual analogy. It's not nothing really in real life. I'd never get a fucking hooker. That's just fucking weird. I would rather chase and not get than be given that, or like do a transactional thing like that. It's just how it is. All sex is transactional? Yeah, but how do you agree to a transaction when you don't know what the person wants, or they're being deliberately deceiving about what that transaction is? So how can you? How do you know what type of transaction that is if you don't even know? Anyway, I talked to him as Destiny, but he didn't reply last time I asked him. What was going on with him? Last 2 times he didn't reply, so I'm not gonna pry. He do his thing. Destiny will be fine, I'm sure. He's gone through way more. He said Destiny's a cuck, but I mean, I think Destiny's seen a lot of hardship when it comes down to people and shit like that. I think Destiny's seen it all, so I gotta give him respect and some sort of wisdom for that. He's seen it. Yeah, I heard what she did. This fucking Melinda person or whatever the fuck. That is cooked because once again, like I said about transactional things, if you're open with somebody, and then whatever that is, whatever you guys say, it's cock or some shit or whatever the fuck, I don't care anymore. If you establish a standard and you're deliberate and open about your boundaries, goals, visions, and you laid it all out, and somebody kind of changes the rule of the game on the fly, well, they're wrong. That's it. They're just wrong. It's in my understanding that you kind of broke those rules. So. Much from India, much from Quebec, brother. I have more candy spray. Ah, she goes hard. There you go. That's fucking cancer straight up. This shit is disgusting. Apa med Aden? I miss playing esports, yeah. Dude, if I'm crying just because this shit, it just fucking broke me. Holy fuck. I'm congested now, man. Christ. That got me. Ugh. Oh my god. Dude, the thing is, I've had a steak before, okay? Okay, I've been referencing it a lot, but I've always had this mentality. It's easier for me to give you an example and a reference so you get the point. The Beckham documentary where he like signs a big contract for a lot of money, and then he goes back to playing pro and then he retires and plays pro again and shit like that and whatever. The thing is like like there are certain things, very few, that you cannot reproduce, you can't do again, and you can't. Once it's gone, and it can only happen in a part of your life, right? And once it's gone, it is just forever gone. Okay, let's just lay it out there. Okay, and even though I really liked playing pro, I think I did it for enough time to enjoy it. I've seen it all, and I left, and I was happy with what it was for me. I was happy with my whole journey, and I understand that it had to end, and it could never come back again. I know that even though I really liked it, it would never be the same. And chasing that is a child's quest. Because it would never be like you could never have it like that. I understand that it's not the FIFA World Cup IRL with like 1 billion viewers and shit like that. Okay, but playing on stage at the best play that I could do at the time while streaming and shit like that, with all the other guys and then traveling to play and whatnot. Again, being on a stage at World Cup. Okay, if my career ended that day, it would probably have been better if it ended that day, to be honest. Because you in that realm that I chose, you make choices in life. You choose whatever you do. In Overwatch, that was as good as it gets, and as good as it ever got after that. And for what I chose, which was Overwatch at the time, that was the absolute prime as a player, as an environment, as a everything. And I know that it would never get to to that height after. So I didn't chase World Cup after that. So I didn't try to make the team again. So I didn't try to go pro and practice, whatever, because I knew that what I was chasing wasn't real anymore. And I would just be living a lie. And now it's my turn to find something new now, or something that hits like that, but in a different way. That's why a lot of people don't retire when they're old and they're playing sports. Yeah, they're kind of washed up, but they don't let go because they know that once that's gone, it's gone forever. And they really want to hold on. And I think that's important to be in touch, because for you that might be something. For me it was that, but for you it might be different on how you see like retirement and how you see all that, and everything is valid. Your mindset is valid. You just have to respect your own mindset. You have to go along with what that is. If it's keep playing or keep doing that, whatever, you have to be really in touch with yourself. So, World Cup was, I don't know. I'll never do that again. And I know for a fact that esports will probably never have something of the kind, because even though Blizzard is shit and Overwatch League was dog shit, there's really nothing like living in a big apartment complex that all the other teams also was renting, and we had like 60 players living in the same fucking compound. And we'd walk around and see all the other players, and we're all there for one thing, to compete in the game that we put all our effort in, and we were getting paid for that, and that felt like I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world, and I just want to be there at that time doing that, and we're the best at it, and I want to chase that. And once that was lost, it was all downhill from there. It just felt like, even though I was in a different country, I wasn't home, I had my parents, my friends, I had nobody. I was broken up at the time. I felt like I had to be there. And even if I had everything, I would have left it behind to be there. That's how it felt to me. Okay? And I think that my reality matters in that case. You can't recreate that. I think at the time I would have probably enjoyed spending more time out and go with people and shit like that. And I probably like, people would go to the club all the time. They would go out to restaurants and clubs and shit like that. And I skipped every club and everything I would just stream at night because I had to. Because I wanted to stream in the morning and at night, otherwise I felt like I'd take a day off, and I never took a day off. So I never went out with any of the other players. But at the time, I kind of wish that I did at least sometimes a little bit here and there. I kind of wish I enjoyed that environment more and see all of its aspects, because I was on the fucking grind. But looking back, a lot of the players that were there, they're going back to school, you know? Like, they probably wanted to be a streamer or stream more. They probably wanted to play for longer and be still playing right now, but none of them can, because they were complacent about it. And even though I had more leeway because I built something strong for myself, I kind of wish like I enjoyed that a little bit more, because when I did go to the clubs with them, it was fucking sick, you know? I went like 3 times, I think. And we go to the dinners, you know, dinners where fucking, you know, we go to this nice place, and it's like a bunch of Overwatch players and shit. We're all kind of all the same mindset, and it's one of those things where fucking the check comes in and we play the credit card roulette, where one guy pays the fucking $3,000 bill, and that's about it, you know? Just these like fun things. That's just kind of nice. Be part of that. I mean, yeah, if you have like 20 players and shit, like a whole management staff and people, that, bro, hey, you'll get a 3K bill. It is what it is. And if people have like a $70 steak and shit like that, some sides and whatnot, like $130 a pop, or whatever, it'll be 3K, yeah. I mean, otherwise don't play the credit card roulette, brother. If everybody, guys, it's Gampa, okay? When you're playing credit card roulette, it's rare that you're gonna get people that say no, okay? Everybody plays the fucking credit card roulette, and when your card hits, brother, you rack the bill. It is what it is. I never paid the bill once. Damn. It was sick though, I enjoyed it. That's why I was upset a lot at the whole ordeal of Watch League, because I wanted people to all do it. Like, had this player environment. But I get it, it's all gamers, but people didn't really do anything. People weren't very like colorful and fun, and they want to make videos or streams. Nobody streamed, nobody made videos, nobody did anything but practice and play the game. Nobody wanted to go above. And I tried, and I've said this before, I've had visions for people, and maybe for me and them, or them themselves. I try to help them, I try to be with them or whatever, I try to make it so, let's do something, but nobody wanted to do anything. Nobody wanted to do a single thing. Even when I would make like little videos and shit like that, I felt like people didn't want to be in the video that I was filming them for free. Like, I was trying to make the content. People wanted to be part of it. And I was like, okay, I'll film by myself. But it'd be cool if you were in it, because like, you can leech for free, you can be in the video and shit like that, you can make some content, you can have some fun, but you can have fun, make content, and build your following off of my shit if you want. I don't give a fuck. As long as we're having fun, but nobody did anything. I thought it was really weird. That's why when I said like if I ever retire, I wanted to do that for companies or whatever the fuck. I want people to share that like that kind of like passion with other people, of like trying to drive them to do that for themselves and for other people around them, and to make the most out of their opportunities, because nobody did anything out of their opportunity. Except for me, I did as best as I could, and some of them did some did a little bit at the time, and a lot of them are, you know, their careers are gone, but they could have had something that maybe they didn't know that they wanted at the time. I kind of feel bad for them. No? I really wanted Dante to be a streamer, because me and Dante would be in practice, and he was really fucking brain dead, and I just kept telling him like, bro, you have to stream. Like, I know it's a lot, this practice and shit like that, but after this practice, I'm turning my stream on. We could duo together, we could leech for free if you want. I just kept telling him, like, I just kept wanting him to have the vision that I had. And I had a bunch of players throughout my career that I had that with that I tried to like share the vision for either content or stream or videos or whatever. I wanted them to want it like I wanted it, but I could never get that across. Yeah, I could never get that across. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, well, I don't care about leeching, and I still don't care about leeching, and I never care about leeching. You wanna know why? Because at the end of the day, I win. Oh wait, you win too? Well, that's fantastic. Now we're both winning. But I still win. Right? But a lot of people, they don't want to put in the effort, they don't want to show up, they don't want to do anything. It's like, you're not even the one that has the thing that you're hopping on, and you're not even willing to give the bare minimum to get from it, like, you're like the biggest loser of all time. Like, you're getting like a 20, 30, 50x on your investment of time, and I'm getting like a fucking 0.8x, but at least I'm doing something. Like, we're still going somewhere, regardless. Like, that's better than if I was doing it alone. It could be a fun thing, but just people don't want to put in the work, man. I kind of hate that. It's not selfless. It's very much almost selfish, because I don't give a fuck what they gain. I gain. Even if they're getting more by ratio than I'm gaining, I'm still overall gaining. I'm still getting ahead of myself I was yesterday. Even if they're taking leaps way past who they were the day before. That's the mentality that I have. And it's why you guys have seen this over the years. I don't have to say it. You guys know. With actions, I would rarely call people leeches, almost ever, because the people, I use that word very carefully. I only call people leeches when they try deliberately to get way more than they're putting in, and try to do it in a way that's almost remote, like throw something out there and then, oh yeah, it's gonna come back. Yeah, we're gonna make some profit. Like, they don't commit to anything. If you don't commit to your own thing, you don't commit to shit, like, you're just gonna plug at the end of a game or something, or you're just gonna plug, or you're just gonna do the act when the stage is on. Bro, the thing about all this shit, the thing about videos or content or all that shit, okay, is to keep the parade rolling when nobody's watching. Keep the parade rolling when the fucking lights are down, okay? And it's off day, and there's a bigger parade behind you, or in front of you, or there's a big parade yesterday, or the day after that. It's just to keep the fucking parade going. And I hate people who come into this shit and are like, dude, I only put on a show when the lights are on and on me and in at full prime, because that's not what it's about. And people will see that whenever they're on their own and they do their own shit. You know what, dude? The lights are rarely on, and you can't fucking build shit. If you can't put on a show when the lights are not on, you're gonna see shit. It gets really dark. Because everybody remembers the big streams and the big events and the big whatever, and nobody remembers the fucking 3K stream Andy from fucking 15K or something like that, because Overwatch League was on, because fucking this guy was live, or it was late and I was tired, and because there's a tournament going on, or there's this other streamer live or some shit like that, right? I still went live and we were still there, right? And that's what mattered the most. And a lot of people, most of them, won't show up and won't do it if they're not getting that feedback and the lights are not flashing in their faces. They just won't fucking show up. And what matters the most to me is how people do and how well they perform when the wind is blowing in their face,
while you were going through hell,
and never for when the wind is blowing in their back. I never, ever, ever make a profile of somebody of when everything is in their favor and when things are high. That says nothing about somebody. You can only draw a conclusion about how somebody is and how to perform when they're working like against the world, when the wind is blowing in their face. That's the only thing that matters. The rest is all fluff, it's all whatever. How many people show up when things are hot and whatnot, and when things are crazy? Like, how many people show up and hop on stream for 10 minutes or whatever, and put on a little show and do a little thing and then get out as soon as it goes cold, right? They're not there at the beginning. They're not there in the medium part of the whole picture. They're not there at the end when it gets kind of weird and kind of clunky. They're not there at any part of it. They're only there when the lights are fucking glaring in your face, and everything's crazy. Of course, everybody could be there, Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. You ask anybody, even the people that are bad at what they do, they'll do it and it'll look good. But it doesn't say anything about them. I was really blessed to learn that really fucking early. Really early. And this type of wisdom that I can't really just tell you and you and take it and you put it and then it works for you. It's wisdom that you have to live. And I've said this before. It's why for a lot of streamers, I love what they do and I'm really fans of what they do, right? And it almost grinds my teeth thinking about, fuck man, I want to be negative, but I really hope that they do good when they hit the part of the road that isn't as flat and isn't as straightforward. Because I've seen, I'm not kidding about this, I haven't seen one or two or dozens or I've seen hundreds of people fail and get crushed when things go bad. Like legitimately hundreds, I'm not kidding, especially in Overwatch, probably 200 just in Overwatch of people that were smiling and there when things were things are going well and hi guys, yeah, I'll always do this, always show up, yeah, yo, we're doing this, man, we're doing this, and when things get weird, they just disappear. And now with that, they can't even enjoy the wind in their back. They're not part of the space that has wind. That's just kind of how it is. So like it's why it's kind of my definition. It's kind of like my elitist, I guess, ego, because people call this ego often enough. So sure enough, we can call it ego if you want. It's the kind of like my ego way of seeing it. If somebody is a proven talent or not. If they have seen the fucking shitty weather or not, and how many times have they gone through that? Because some people, they kind of weather the storm one time, they kind of stay alive, and they do good, and then they kind of survive 2 times, and 3rd time, they're gone forever. For a long time, I didn't understand how that manifested, or that materialized for some people. And I seen it happen. Like, I don't want to throw them into that pot, because I think it's very unfair. But I love Greek. And Greek put himself in the position where a lot of wind would blow into his face a lot. And I don't think anybody in his position would have been able to withstand the wind in his face. But he did get a lot of wind. Trust me. People don't really see that as often. And I don't really give it the credit that it's due. Because everybody remembers the end game Greek, the whatever, the rambling Greek or the unmotivated offline Greek, and nobody remembers the showing up Greek. And you can ignore the last part of Greek, all the negative and bad stuff. You can completely ignore because you probably weren't there at the time, and you didn't see it. I saw it. People don't remember or haven't seen or don't understand the meaning of showing up Greek. Because you could say he's a leech, right? Who showed up? Did you show up? Did your friend show up? Did anybody else show up? Greek showed up. Right? And yet he did gain in the end, but there was no certainty. There was nothing except for the willingness to make content and understand what it takes to show up. And somebody like Tyler could see that in Greek, and it's why he chose Greek, and he didn't choose wherever else was there at the time. And I think people can look back at that very fact and maybe see it for what it truly means. Because I'm sure a lot of people explain Greek now. Who cares what Greek is now? I mean, that's Greek on his own without Tyler. That's Greek flying on his own. That's Greek going the ups and the downs, trying to figure it out. And I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna make any conclusions about what he does now. How the fuck do I care? I'm just talking about like that part of him. And even though Greek is a fuckhead, and I think he's really dumb, I think he did a lot of dumb shit and had a lot of bad attitudes and hard to work with. Everybody is. Everybody at times is a fuckhead, and everybody at times is hard to work with, and everybody at times is that version of themselves. But a lot of people fuck the Greek over, and it might not be obvious, and people might be. If I were to explain it really in detail, or whatever, and really go at it, people say I'm schizo and I'm crazy. I'm doing a witch hunt on other people, on other streamers, right? If I were to really explain to you, I would sound insane. But in the end, I would be right. I swear I'll be right. People really fucked him over. And even though I see myself as somebody who can recover that from that, I can just kinda, fuck it, let's just go stream and whatever. Fuck it, let's just go live. Oh, somebody fucked me over? Okay, whatever. Let's just fucking do as best as we can today. Even though I can do that, I think at times, I don't think he was able to do that. And I don't think he's not lesser for it. It's not a standard that is meant to be applied to everybody. I just deal with things differently. Yeah. I think people fuck Greek over. There's no point exposing it. You know how this goes. We've seen it 1,000 times. I used to do it when I was a solo streamer, and I stopped doing it. The industry is a disaster. This industry is, and all of it, social media, all of it, probably even Hollywood at this point. I'm sure. Maybe they were ahead of the curve on this. It's all about appearances and plausible deniabilities, and saying, well, it wasn't really like that. Oh well, is that what I said exactly? Is that the wording I used? We all see. You can all see how things could feel, how it plays out, how people make other people's feel, what they do, and its impact. But when you really look at the evidence and what was said and what was done, it's like, there's nothing there. So if you go after them, you're crazy, you're insane, you're a leper, you're thrown away. If you try to go at them, they can say one thing and back out of anything that they said, and it's all plausible deniability. GG. And now you've built this massive bridge on a bunch of conjecture, I'm sure, and whatever, and speech that you heard and shit like that. You built this long bridge, and it doesn't quite get across because people have to understand it, and the whole thing falls apart if they just go like it. Nah, it wasn't like that. No, we didn't do that. Whatever. And nobody can prove them wrong. Nobody can do anything. And even in the world where you did prove them wrong, they would still victimize themselves in a way.
Rogan started speaking.
Hold up. Even if you were to prove it, the whole thing, they would victimize themselves and they will flip it on you. Yep, that's how it happens. And it takes a certain type of personality. It takes a certain type of personality to get flack and take it for what it is. Rarely you see that. When I see people like that, I hold them close and I pay attention to people that don't do that, because everybody can victimize themselves for 1,000 things and get a lot out of it. Everybody can play the defensive card and gain 3 points, and not everybody uses that card. Not everybody does it. And that means a lot. That speaks a lot. That speaks volumes. It's why I hated Among Us. Because I understand that you guys think Among Us is a joke and Among Us is whatever. It's not what Among Us is. You know Among Us? The game? Used to play it? That sounds insane. God help me. You know Among Us? It's not... I get it. It's just a game. I get it. It was just an era. It was just content. And I understand that. Deep, I swear on everything. I really get it, chat. And I did go insane at times. I said a lot of dumb shit. But there were some things that I felt, that I said, and I felt like it's breaking the fabric of it. And it made and revealed a lot of things about a lot of people. And this is not a hate at Ludwig. But I think him admitting that he cheated at times for content or whatever just proved me right. So I said it. I'm insane. I'm insane. What? I'm insane. True, I'm insane. But also, I was right, and the only way you were able to tell that I was right is because he deliberately said it flat out that he cheated at times. He flat out said it. And you know what? It's why I can't even shit on him for it. I love Ludwig for it. Wanna know why? Because nobody else would do that or will do that. Because that's how low the standard is. Even years after Among Us, even years after, we're talking even if you said it, you would get no backlash, no hate. People still don't do it. And that shows you exactly what streamers are. So I said it. Yeah, whatever I did. Yo, come back before it if you want. I mean, I'm insane because I'm drawing live conclusions from Reddit, guys. I am a complete psycho. I get it. Okay? But I think what I said has some validity. Because even where it would cost them nothing to say it or to just hint at it, they still don't do it. And then plausible deniability shielded everybody from everything for so long, and then it makes everybody look like a bunch of morons, and it gives a +1. Not only that it gives a +1 to people who play the game and the appearances and the whatever and the charades, it also gives a -1 to people who try to call it out. If it was a 0 and a +1, it'd be fine, right? But only do they get ahead, you get behind from looking at like the schizo one. It's why over the year I've learned I try not to be the schizo anymore. I try my best, okay, not to be the schizo anymore, okay. But there is a lot of schizo shit that I've held back, and most of it I would be right about. I would probably look schizo if I said everything. Because I'll tell you this, and I hope this kind of stays in ink. Because I say this off stream to people, and when I talk to them off stream, I try to tell them that I will not act or talk like I'm too out of touch. Because I have to be honest, I've always been really lucky, really blessed that when I'm on my own and I did my own thing, I still was able to succeed by myself and keep my head above water. I didn't need collabs, images, or I didn't need to portray myself in certain ways for some people and play the politics game. I didn't need the politics to succeed, but that is not something that everybody has. Something that I have. And you can say, because maybe you can say, oh, hardworking or luck. It can be anything that you want. It doesn't matter what causes it. The reality is that I didn't need all those things to stay afloat. But if you look at the other people's perspective, they probably relied a lot on their image, their reputation. If they were invited to things, they probably even kind of play things in a way to be friends with other people and talk shit about other people and play that game for their own survival. Because not only did they want it, they needed it. They needed to stay alive, like survival. I was blessed, I didn't need that. So I can say, yo guys, you know what, dude? This Among Us group, let's say, at the time, sorry, no hate, this Valkyrie, Lower, at the time, I could say, fuck you guys. You guys are a bunch of morons. Because after that, if I got invited or not, it didn't matter. I still had my stream, I could still succeed, I could still survive, and I still had a career. But that's not how it is for everybody. For a lot of them, they have to play that game to stay alive. They have to brush the hair the correct direction, and then say the right things and appear the right way. They just have to. So I don't really blame them for it, but to act like this phenomenon doesn't exist is insane. And I think our entire world, at least all of social media, is in that very phenomenon. And I can look at it from a high ground. So guys, yeah, like I said, today I'm schizo, I'm insane today. I sound like I'm deranged, okay? But in my opinion, that gives me a little bit of a high ground, because I can look from afar and look at the game being played and still remind myself I don't have to play that game. I'm all the way out, right? I only have to be part of this interaction, and whatever happens doesn't impact me. And even if they were all go against me, I'd be fine. They can all go against me if they want to. I won't be cancelled or lose anything. If anything these days, I have more to gain by everybody going against me than to lose. It is irrelevant if everybody goes against me. So honestly, I should probably fight mad. In fact, I should probably make some dog shit and fake some garbage at this point, to be honest. Just to fucking, I'd probably give him it. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just being dumb. It's mainly because of fake good vibes. People will never get criticized. Authentic. Well, it's because nobody's on the same page. If you want to make a skit about something and everybody's on the same page, it's cool and all. You can do fake happy videos if you want. I think fake happy is okay if everybody's on board, and even the audience sometimes, right? The only problem is a lot of times people are not in the same boat. That's lame as fuck. I think that's super lame. You know? Because if we all know what's going on, it's all good. We know what to expect, you know what's real. Like a lot of times, like I didn't know, like, oh, this person's acting nice, but then they're saying this about me. Like, what do they want? And now I'm at a point in my life where I don't give a fuck. I mean, I care enough to talk about it and call them out or sound schizo, right? But at the end of the day, I don't really care because I don't see that person as a good friend. And oh my god, guys, I was disappointed because I thought this one was a good friend. I thought he had my back. I don't do that. I'll play that game with them if they want. So if somebody wants to throw me under the bus when it's time to get some points and play that game, I play that game. Go ahead. And that's fine, right? But I'm not gonna be disappointed or sad that they're not being a friend. Who the fuck cares? I know they're not a friend, or they're not a good friend. We can be friends without being a good friend. You know? I mean, shit, chat. Would you throw your friend under the bus for $100, 1,000, 10K, 100K? Well, shit. The way I place my friends' is by how much pressure you need to apply for them to cave. And for a lot of people, it's not a lot. For a lot of people, it's no pressure at all. They will take every opportunity to do it. You know, they gain almost nothing out of it. Think about that. And I try to put them on a scale. I try to put them on a scale about how much it would for them to cave in. And for a lot of them that I have these days, of people that I talk to, that you guys don't even know about. I don't even have a public friendship with them. That they wouldn't do it for $1 million, and they're not rich. And I think in this world, that's the type of people that you really gonna keep note of. Because shit, off and up back in the days, I had no really good friends. Bro, I would fucking pay to throw them under the bus. Wait, don't even pay me. Oh, I'll pay you. Oh, these guys, my friends. Oh yeah, fuck it. I'll pay you $10 each. I'm throwing it into the bus. Okay, I'd fucking do it for free. That's just how it is. Because I know what kind of friendship we have, and I know they would do the same. So fuck them. That's right. It's why I try not to sound like guys. Like, I'm holding a lot of info about a lot of people, right? But like, bro, I can throw everybody into the bus, okay? Everybody has some skeletons, okay? It is what it is. I'm just telling you. Everybody has some people are fucking insane, okay? I'm insane. I'm deliberately insane. I tell people, listen, man, I'm gonna do something really insane, okay? Now you know it. Okay? Now we go crazy, right? But so often enough, like, something's gonna come out about me. I mean, I'm deliberate about it. It is gonna look at something like, okay, well, I don't think any people will give a fuck, right? But for a lot of people, like, they're just fucking, they're being deliberately deceiving about it. People are just weird. People are just weird, dude. Oh man, I know a lot. Moxie knows a crazy amount too, somehow. Moxie's a big gossiper. Moxie, like, he hangs out with, like, ever since Moxie had enough clout to fucking hang with some of the sharks, dude, he found a way to fucking stay in the group chats and the convos of all the other sharks, and Moxie knows a fuck ton too. He's a drama frog. I mean, he could fucking leak it all, but like I said, look at Moxie. He could make I'm sure a lot of money from throwing it into the bus, but he doesn't say anything ever. You know, not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that. That's not what it's about, man. It's about the content, dude. No juice, no content, dude. It's how he says it. Yeah, that's funny. I'm just yapping. I'm going to bed. Bro, I ended like 3 hours ago, bro. I talk to them as much as I can off stream, but I'm so busy these days off stream. Bro, I've thought about disabling my Discord for a little bit. I'm so tired of always having DMs across the board all the time. I'm so tired of it. A lot of times I realize, like, if I answer this DM or not, it wouldn't matter at all. So why do I fucking bother reading that shit, man? Like, I feel like checking in and shit like that is like a job, you know? Like, I know some of y'all don't give a fuck. Like, you don't have to fucking pretend, brother. I think, if you want to be a good friend with somebody, show up when you think they need you to show up, not when the world thinks people need to show up. I think they'll appreciate that a lot. If you type some shit, if you say some shit, whatever, of course everybody's gonna reach back and say some shit, right? I'm sure everybody DMs or everybody is there when, so, yo guys, well, or some anyway, or maybe none, it happens too. But who's really there and who really sends DMs when nobody else is? There might only be one or two of these people, right? Try to be that for somebody else. That matters. You feel? Because you know you're just one person and you think it's useless, it impacts way more than like if it was 100 people when it was obvious. You know? Do I do that? No, I don't do that. I'll send DMs to people sometimes when I think and I think I know. When I know it's gonna be impactful, I do it. When I know, I feel like, and I know for a fact that nobody else is DMing me at that point. I try to look at the inner linings of what they're saying and shit. When I see it, because I don't go around on the internet a lot, and I don't watch people, dude. I just fucking stream and I do my shit and I go to fucking bed, dude, and whatnot, you know, and I jerk off. Like I don't really pay attention. But when I'm on Twitter or whatever, and I see a clip or I see some whatever, and I see kind of behind it, I know nobody else saying shit about it because they don't get it. If I do get it and I think nobody else gets it, I'll send a DM. Like I saw some fucking some Destiny streamer, some shit like that. I barely know the guy, and I saw him say something, and I was like, oh, I've seen that before. I sent a DM and he like it. Send me like a paragraph or some shit like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even read it. Okay, I saw the guy replied with some shit, right? Or he's trying to like disprove what I was like. I was like, I'm not reading it. I just closed it. I was like, okay, it didn't hit the mark. I tried something, it didn't work out. No problem. Okay, you have a fucking nice life, brother. It is what it is. You know, bro, the guy wrote me a fucking paragraph or some shit, man. Like, I ain't reading that shit, bro. If it's not important, if it's not like, you know, if the target missed, I'm not reading that shit. We ain't reading all that. Guys, it's like somebody writes something, he's like, oh man, I get it, man. This guy kind of feels lonely, like, right? And you say like, you send DMs, you're like, okay, you know, nobody else thinks this one out. And you're like, shit, man. Last time I was like this, you know what really helped me? I did that. Anyway, man, much love, dude. And you don't even ask for a reply. And the reply something like, dude, I was talking more about like my fish last night, like he ran away in his aquarium and shit like that. So then I had to do the laundry and whatnot, and then I lost $10, but I found it back. And in the discussions, I don't give a fuck, man. Shut up already. My God, I get it, man. It wasn't like that. Fuck it. I was wrong then. Moving away, dude. Moving on. Did you get it though? Sometimes I do misread a little bit, but not often. They meant a streamer who was like Destiny. No, the Destiny 2 streamer, yeah, the video game. Just some guy DM'd. He probably remembers. Well, I got because I mean, bro, I'm not even trying to be rude. It's just that my advice, whatever I said, it was me trying to reach out, it didn't apply to him. You guys don't know me. It's literally a random. Like I don't think I've ever met that person. It's just I saw a clip. I don't even follow this guy on Twitter. I don't know who they are. That's about it. I'm going to bed. It's 5 a.m., bruh. I don't receive much about the streamers. You wanna know why? Because streamers are a bunch of fucking hoes. And myself including, okay? I'm a deliberate bitch asshole. Okay, as a creator. But you know why, dude? You know what? You know what? I don't hide in the fucking bushes. They know how it's gonna be. If they're not my good friend, or you're not a good friend, you'll be treated the way you treat me. Okay? I'm not gonna fucking... If I can milk your snake for content, okay, at a bad time, I will do it. Because I know you will do it to me. I know it. I'm not fucking brain dead. Okay? You wanna milk my snake? I will make you milk your snake. Don't act like you don't know what's coming. But it's when the people play sneaky and shit. And they kinda milk you in a way that you can't get... Ooh, I know. If he calls me out for milking him, guys... he's gonna look insane. So I'm gonna keep milking him, dude. I'm gonna keep milking him, dude. And you can't do anything about it, dude. I don't play like that. Fuck, man. The fuck. They sip. They do this. They're gonna sip on the milky like that, and they try to extract and keep it. Okay, and they act like it. Oh, dude, like. Oh, this tweet I liked. This thing I retweeted it. Oh, this thing I said. It was like blah 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 blah. And if they know it, if you come out, and if you say, guys, they're doing this. They're doing this. They'll go, huh? Me doing this? I don't do that. I didn't do none of that. Weird. And everybody jumps at you. Everybody jumps at you. Weird. So yeah. So they know what it's like with me. They know what it's like. That's right, yeah. Thanks, man. Social media pleaser, that's me. Social media pleaser. What up? Yeah, I get into my head sometimes, but when it comes down to it, dude, I don't mind playing my parts. I know my parts. I know my job. When I'm on a IRL stream with other people, dude, I know what I have to do. I play my parts. I do my job. I go home. Okay. What nobody likes is the people that always try to fucking play everybody else's part, be the spotlight, be whatever. I am whatever the broadcast needs, and I'm done. Okay. I want to kill the stream. Want to be a sidekick, be a bitch ass. Want to be a nobody. If the stream is good, and you want me just to throw some spice, sure, I'll do that. I don't have to be the fucking getting a spotlight, because you know what I hate? That's why I hate doing IRL. Is when everybody wants to be the fucking spotlight. I can't do it. I can't. And these days, you do IRL with a bunch of people, dude. Everybody is the spotlight. Everybody wants to be in the middle. Okay. You want to be in the middle? Sure. There you go. I'm giving it to you. I don't even care about this. I don't even want it. I was only being in the spotlight because I feel like the broadcast needed that. And what you guys want me to be. If you want me to be this, I will not be in the spotlight then. I don't care. I am not. I could be main character, or I could be a tree in the back. I will literally act like a tree for the stream if that's what the stream wants me to be. Okay? But some of these guys, they just don't fucking get it. I can't do it. I can't. It's not possible. It makes me want to fucking look. It makes me want to start punching the walls, man. Everybody's fighting for the spotlight. I'm not gonna fight for you. I'm not gonna fight for you. I will not fight for you for the spotlight. And you know what, dude? That's something that Soda understands a lot. Soda stopped fighting for the spotlight years ago. I don't think I've ever seen fight for the spotlight. I respect that. He understands his role. He gets it. And I got that. This is because you don't need to. Exactly. I want to be around people that want to. Not people that need to. Somebody that acts in a way that they need will never be as valuable as somebody who acts like somebody who wants. The difference is major, and if you don't get it, it's probably why you're a nobody. Sorry. I told you straight up. It's probably why you're a fucking nobody. Okay? Anyway. You got it, but you're nobody? Yeah, but you're probably nobody because of something else, which is fine. Might be because your brain is missing. Or like you don't have internet. Or some shit. But at least that won't be why you're a nobody. That's all that matters in this instance of this speech. You get it? Exactly, then nobody wants fame, exactly. It's why, man, I really hate saying shit like this. It makes you sound so jaded. But it's why IRL I can't do it, man. I can't do it anymore. So I'm at a point where even though I've had a lot or whatever, even though I've needed things, I've never acted like I need it. I still just wanted it. I still went for it in a way that made sense because, shit, I want to be here. Right? And I always do whatever. I always just tried to be good for whatever circumstance we're in. But people always try these days to be what's good for them. In a setting that involves more than just them. Why? It's so annoying, dude. And IRL, that's what IRL is these days. Everybody just almost looks desperate, like it's like a rap battle. Everybody like about to jump in the spotlight and fucking start spin some bars and whatever. Like, bro, most of the time you'll have your turn. And the spotlight will come on you for no reason. And you can spit your bars if you want. But jumping in front of the camera and spit your bars is just cancer, dude. It's cancer. I don't want to fucking hear it. Yeah, I started seeing a lot of that behavior. Like, whenever like I did like the IRL with Aiden or whatever, right? I wish people could. I mean, maybe some of you guys paid attention or not. I don't know. Like, when it was like me and Aiden's thing, it was me, Aiden, our thing, or whatever we're doing, right? And when it was other things that were happening as the main thing, I don't care to force my way in or whatever, and just be like a scum lord. Just go with the flow, man. Have fun with it. That's the whole point of why we're here, is to have fun. I don't know where things went wrong or everybody acts so differently. No, not that IRL with Aiden. The other one, the old one at this house. The one with Aiden was weird because I couldn't fucking handle guns, brother. Brother, I don't think you understand it. I've never felt so little in my entire life. I wasn't able to handle a gun, or handle guns at all, by law, because because of the things that were claimed or said about me, the law didn't permit me to handle guns, which is insane. It is ridiculous. I don't even know. So I couldn't be part of the stream. That's just how that works. That's crazy. That should really kill my mood. I'll be honest with you. Like, I was so energetic that day. I just wanted to like have It sounds really, really petty. It sounds kind of corny almost. It's not really that complicated. I just wanted to do something good with Aiden that day. That was kind of like a me and him thing with other people, and just try our best and just kind of have something to look back and be like, yo, we kind of went hard, brother. Because IRL is like that. Whether you're 1 or you're 2 or you're 3 or 4 people, sometimes it's really cool to like do your best and like, damn, you know what, dude? We had fun today, and then she went hard. Like that was amazing. And that's what I wanted to do with that day. And when I went to the gun range, I was like, wait a minute. Oh, this stupid fucking dumb shit. Like this dumb thing that even if I do, won't do anything. But like, it could fuck me legally. Like, I was like, whatever. I'm not gonna do it. And I feel like I kind of stopped the momentum of the stream and myself, and I just wanted to give up. And at that point, it was pretty much far gone. Like, there's no coming back from that. You can't. That's just kind of a, kind of a GG. That's right though. Not too bad about it. There's one next time. The charity match was a cum stack. You can tell as a viewer. I did not try to be the spotlight at the fucking charity match. And I was like, if they want an interview, and if they want to talk to me at the charity match, if they want to like get cut out of me, I will pop off. I will do some I will wild the fuck out, okay? I will fucking flip and shit. I will do whatever we want me to be. But, they had things orchestrated in the way that like they wanted to be. And I will never get mad about that, because they got the broadcast that they wanted to have and the content that they wanted, and that's good, because they own it. They should have that. It's their stream. I showed up as a participant. That's what I'm gonna be. A participant, bitch. That's it. Nothing else. It's not a big deal to understand that. You know? Like, I understand, like, KSI has his own mic on his shirt. You can hear him on the main broadcast and shit like that. Like, am I gonna go and melee range with him and fake some beef for content, whatever? Shit, I might, if that's what the stream needs, right? It's kind of hard to explain that to people. I think I kind of sound like almost like I'm out of touch or something like that, but you know, I just feel like things were going well. The content is happening on the other side of the court, right? If things come towards me and they want me to shine, I will shine. But I don't have to shine just because I have an ego. People, I always say people, but it's a lot of them, chat. I wish that, like, it's a lot of them. People feel that they have to shine all the time. Okay? Sometimes the rivet in the plane wing is just as important as a pilot. Okay? And understanding that you're holding a lot together, and without you, shit might start breaking, is really important. You might not shine, you might not be the one to hold the interview at the end, but you are part of what holds everything together, and you are valuable. Sometimes be the pilot, sometimes be the rivet. Just try to pay attention to what you should be at a certain time. Goodbye. Yesterday I milked my snake so hard it hurt.